Welcome to our channel. In today's video, we are going to be discussing about the guy on the screen right now. This gentleman is called the engine check light. Some call him the engine management light, malfunctioning indicator lamp, or just the computer light. It is a signal from the car onboard computer that something is wrong with your car. It's your car's way of giving a heads up that something is malfunctioning during the operation. It is normal for the engine management light to illuminate prior to starting. However, it should always go once the car is running. If the engine management light remains continuously on, solid or flashing after the ignition is started, then you may have the problem. It doesn't always mean that you have to pull over to the roadside and call the wrecker or tow truck. It means you have to get your car checked out as soon as possible. Ignoring could end up damaging expensive components. So let's discuss how this light works. The engine control unit monitors your engine's performance along with other related components that keep your vehicle operating properly within certain emission standards. The engine management light is part of the so-called onboard diagnosis system. When this computer collects data that is outside of normal operations, it records a specific fault code that relates to the issue. So when the ECU identifies a problem that it can't correct automatically, the computer turns on a yellow warning indicator labeled check light or service soon. This is done to let the driver that there is a problem that needs attention. In addition to the light, the ECU stores a turbo code in its memory that identifies the source of the problem. The code can be read by the help of a scan tool or a diagnostic computer. There are quite a number of relatively inexpensive code readers that are designed for the do-it-yourself. The code will just give you the direction of the problem and still requires an experienced technician to fully diagnose and repair the problem. When the engine management light pops on, you don't need to panic or get frustrated. It doesn't mean you should stop driving immediately. If the light pops on, it will either blink or remain constantly illuminated depending on the problem. If the light comes on and it's solid, it's less immediate than when it comes on and it's flashing. If it's solid, it means there's an issue, but it is not that immediate danger, and you can that can leave you by the roadside. So you can schedule an appointment to your mechanic at your own leisure. If it's flashing, then that's where the problem is. You need to attend it immediately. So in today's ECUs, they try to compensate when there's a problem, so you might not notice deterioration in performance, although your car will be emitting high levels of hydrocarbons and other pollutants. Unfortunately, driving around with the light on, hoping and praying the lights will turn off, won't do any good to your car. If your light pops on, please act accordingly. Some recent ECUs may reduce power for you as it tries to limit the risk of damage. This is what we call the limp mode. There is a lot accountable and numerous or countless reasons that can cause the light to illuminate. Some will be engine problems. As you know that the ECU relies on sensors scattered around the engine. When it detects the problem, the light will pop on. The transmission problems, as you know that the main ECU works closely with the TCM. So when there's a problem in the TCM, it can trigger a fault as well. Some people may ask if it is safe to drive whilst the light is on. Some people freak out when they see the check light, engine check light on. They just put a piece of black tape over the dashboard and keep driving. Ignoring could lead to larger and costlier problems later. Always pay attention to your vehicle performance. If you hear any sound, stop immediately and assess. If you can't see anything, then drive safely with your light on, but proceed with caution and make sure it is diagnosed and repaired right away to avoid further damages. So you don't need to be mechanically inclined, always calling a mechanic for silly faults. The reason why we do these videos is for you not to pay unnecessarily these garage bills. Don't always make trips to a repair shop when you can do it yourself. Use what you call the first thing first approach in everything. Thank you so much for watching. If you find this video useful, informative, and useful,